Okay, so this is just a quick video to supplement my Learn to Trail Run presentation. We're still in shutdown right now, so I don't have any equipment, but thankfully I can demonstrate most of these exercises without equipment, just using body weight. So I have two main emphasis for strength training for learning to trail run. The one is working on your stability, and the other one is working on eccentric loading. So basically eccentric loading is your muscles resisting gravity, and that's what causes the most tearing in your muscles, the most soreness the next day is when you're resisting gravity. So if you can strengthen your muscles when you're in the gym, then it can help you to come out of your trail run less injured, less damaged, and you can run further without having pain. So we're going to start off with the stability exercises. So single leg squats. I'm going to show you against the wall, and then I'm going to show you freestanding. So against the wall is a really good way to learn your single leg squats. So what you want to do is, I'm going to tilt this down so I can see my legs. Sorry, you don't need to see my head. Okay, so what you want to do is take your one leg and you're going to press it firmly against the wall, still standing nice and tall. And when you press that leg against the wall, you should feel your hip muscles activate. From here, what you're going to do is sit your hips down and back, watching this knee, making sure it lines up directly over that foot, coming down as low as you can with good alignment, and then back up. You can see I'm doing a little bit of an S shape with my knee. You don't want to do that. So that's much better. Keep that alignment over top of your toe. Don't let this knee collapse in or out. Just keep it straight in the same direction as your foot. All right, you can press this leg really hard into the wall, and you're going to feel these muscles on the outside of your hip working really hard. So this is a really good way to promote hip stability and knee health for trail running. If I step away from the wall, we'll do the other leg just to balance it out. A freestanding single leg squat, what you want to do is lift up your one leg, and you're just going to sit down as low as you can with a nice flat back, and then back up. And if you're thinking about alignment again, this knee needs to stay lined up directly over that toe, keeping your foot nice and flat on the floor. And a good way to maintain alignment is to keep equal spacing between your two legs. So this leg shouldn't go out to the side, and it definitely should not cross behind. It should just be a little bit off the floor, and then you're just sitting down and back up. Again, trying to get as much depth as you can. So you're getting as low as you can as you come down. When you hit the point where your lower back starts to round, then you don't have to go any further, and then you can come back up. All right, so those are single leg squats. Single leg deadlifts. Again, I will focus on my legs. So for these, the key here is that your hips stay level. So you want your hip bones to just point straight down towards the floor. As you come into your single leg deadlift, you don't want to allow your hips to open up at all. So I'm on my one leg here. I'm keeping this hip square to the ground, and I'm just going to hinge forward until I feel a good stretch through this hamstring, keeping my back nice and flat, and then coming back up. All right, so keep this hip square, don't let it open up, and then standing back up. I'll do this facing the camera as well, the joys of working in small spaces. So both my hips, I'm squared to the laptop and squared to the floor, and then coming back up. If you watch my back foot, it stays pointing straight down. My heel is going up to the ceiling. You'll know you're cheating and opening up your hip if your foot tilts and goes out to the side. So make sure that hip stays down, that foot stays straight down. So from here, if you feel like you have good form, you can get someone to watch you. You can hold weights in your hands, which will make it much more challenging. So those are your single leg squat, single leg deadlift, and then I also have calf raises on there. So for calf raises, ideally you would be on a step so that your forefoot is up and your heel can drop below. I do not have a step within easy access, so I'm going to show it to you leaning against a wall. Again, if we focus on my feet. All right, so you can see how here let's switch feet. I am getting a bit of a stretch into that calf. And the further I bring my foot back and push that heel down, the more of a stretch I can get there. For a calf raise, you need to keep this leg nice and straight. You also want to keep your hips straight. I don't want to see any leg press going on. So keep everything straight. You're going to press up through your big toe and then back down, up and back down. So you can also do this on the stairs. Imagine I'm on a stair, you're just coming up and back down. I'll show you on other foot, give them equal treatment. And you'll know you're doing it right because if you do 20 of these, you're going to get a crazy cramp in your calf. If you start to feel it into your butt, that means that you're bending your knee instead of keeping that knee straight and rising up from your toes. All right, so those are your stability exercises. I will now introduce your eccentric loading ones. If I consult my notes. Single leg hops side to side, front and back, and on the stairs. Okay, so to start out with, for these, if we go back to looking at my legs, you want to work on stability. So you're going to hop to the side, balance, hop to the side, balance, side balance, side balance. Well, once you can get really good hop side to side without losing your balance, then what you're going to do is do hop, hop. And it's good to have targets. So if you set up a couple of targets that you're trying to land right behind, it's a really good way to do it. And what you want to do is go as fast as you can. Just stay on the same leg because that'll teach you to rebound quickly as soon as your foot hits the ground into your next step. So forward and back is the same thing. So if you're on your one foot, you're just going to hop forward, and hop back, hop forward, hop back. Again, working on stability. And then once you're feeling good, you're going to go forward, back, trying to go as fast as you can. You can tell I have not been practicing these, so it is a bit of a learning curve, but those hops are going to help you to build up the reactions within your muscles. And the way you want to go from there is, if you imagine I had a set of stairs behind me, I would just hop up the stairs on one foot, go back down the stairs normally, and then I'd hop up on the other foot, and you would alternate sets, trying to be as quick as you can from one step into the next one. So those are your single leg hops and stairs. Then we have lunges and single leg sit downs. Okay. All right, I think you're going to be able to see me here. So for your lunges, you want both knees bent at 90 degrees. And what you want to do is explode up and land with the other feet on the ground, explode up, and you're just alternating. All right, if you want to add a greater eccentric load, so if you're doing a lot of downhill running, for example, then you want to stress your quads out even more, then what you would do is from here, you're going to go down for 4 seconds, explode up, down for 4 seconds, explode up. All right, so those are your lunges. And then I have my bench here to show my sit downs. So what you would do here is stand on one leg, sit down, stand up, try to do that more gracefully, sit down, stand up. So same rules apply as for your single leg squats, is you want to stay in alignment with everything, and it's totally fine. As you can see for myself, it takes me a few warm-up reps to get good form, and you will be the same. So just take practice, it will improve as you go. So from there, what you would do is you would sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up. Try to be explosive with your stand up. And the lower your bench is, the more challenging this will be, so you can adjust based on that. Last item, heavy squats and lunges. All right, so I can't really demo these here, but you would have a squat rack and you would load up your bar. You can take as wide of a stance as you want. It helps to work with a trainer for this to see if you have good form. You're trying to get your hips below parallel while keeping that nice flat back and then pressing back up. And you're only doing about 5 reps. Keep your core nice and tight. And you want to load it up with as much weight as you can where you're fatiguing in those 5 reps. That's how you know you're going to be really successful at loading up those quads. All right, so I hope this was helpful to you. Please send me an email if you have any questions.